Praise the Lord, everybody. And in today's lesson, we are going to talk about personality development challenges experienced by learners. And before I begin, I would like to share a verse to you people. And the verse comes from the book of the Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7. And it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instructions." Thank you. So what is personality? Personality, this is a unique and relatively stable pattern of a child's thought, feelings, behaviors, and attitude that distinguishes them from the others. In simple terms, personality is who are you in your everyday character and behaviors. How do you think? How do you make your decisions? How do you react emotionally, happy, angry? How you behave in different situations, and how you also relate with other people. Personality is shaped by both inherited and environmental factors. So when we talk about personality development in learners, we mean how children or students gradually build their character, their attitudes and behaviors as they grow and interact with the world. So let us begin and understand them. So we begin with lack of emotional regulation. Many learners struggle to manage emotions such as anger, fear, frustrations, anxiety. And once a child is unable to manage his or her emotions, it can lead to impulsive behaviors, difficulty forming friendships, low self-esteem, and also in classes they have a low concentration, which can lead to low performance in their grades. For example, a child who cries or hits things when frustrated may be labeled difficult, affecting the self-image. Then we have low self-esteem or self-confidence. Learners may doubt their abilities due to criticism from others, comparison, that is when they compare themselves with others, or see this other person, this other student is better than he or she, or past failures. And once a child has this kind of low self-esteem, they may avoid challenges, they may struggle with decision making, or even fear participating in classes or when they're given something to do. For example, a student who is hesitant to speak in class because he or she fears judgment from the rest. So this low self-esteem can lead to challenges in personalities. Then we have peer pressure and social influence. For example, children often copy peers to gain acceptance, sometimes conflicting with their own personality. And this can lead to conformity, loss of individuality, or development of negative traits. For example, a naturally shy child becoming aggressive to fit in. This peer pressure and the social influence, it will affect, because this child tries so hard, is hungry to fit in some kind of groups, and the only thing for this child to fit in is to copy what the other people are doing. This can lead to development of negative traits and the loss of individuality. So the child will become maybe aggressive, and you'll wonder what has happened to my child. So this child these are how challenges of personalities develop. Then we have family and environmental factors. Parenting styles, family stress, and socio-economic status heavily influence personalities. So overprotective parents can cause dependency. Neglect can lead to insecurity or aggressions. For example, learners from unstable homes may have trust issues or difficulty forming relationships. So the way the family and the environment they shape a child, how a child is going to relate with others, how the child is going to be able to adjust to the environment. So the parenting styles, we should as parents and teachers, we should understand how we should help our learners, how the families, how the environment will affect. And once you see something is in a negative way, try and make it positive. Then we have cultural and societal expectations. Cultural norms may favor certain behaviors or discourage self-expressions. As we have seen, there are some cultures where children are not allowed to do some things and there are others which are allowed to do some things. So children may suppress natural traits to conform, affecting authentic personality development just because of the culture where they come from. So they hide their real sense, their natural traits, and this affects the authenticity of their personality. For example, a creative child is discouraged from artistic pursuits to focus on academics, or a child is interested in some other things, but now because of the culture and the societal expectations, she or he hides what he or she should be doing because of what is expected of her by the society. Then we have cognitive and learning challenges. Learners with learning difficulties may struggle with academic or social tasks, and this can lower self-confidence, causing frustration or lead to withdrawal. For example, a child with dyslexia feeling less intelligent than peers. So these cognitive and learning challenges, they may affect the child, but this doesn't mean that the child doesn't know or the child is not supposed to be involved. But us as teachers and as parents and as fellow teachers trainees, we should always understand all about this cognitive. That is why we have the personalities theories that will help us in helping these children in order to engage them and to also help them develop their personalities in a good and positive manner that will impact them in their future. So we have also lack of social and emotional skills. Some learners may not have been taught skills like empathy, sharing, or cooperation. Difficulty interacting with peers, poor conflict resolution, or social isolation. For example, learners unable to handle disagreement, leading to fights or bullying. Then we have identity formation challenges. As learners grow, they try to understand themselves. Confusing on conflicting influence can hinder personality development, and this can lead to insecurity, rebellion, or inconsistent behavior. For example, adolescents struggling to balance family expectations with personal interest. So this identity formation, it can also lead to personality challenges. And in conclusion, personality development is influenced by emotional, social, cognitive, and environmental factors. The challenges above show that learners' personalities are malleable but very sensitive. Early intervention, guidance, and supportive environments can help learners overcome these obstacles and develop confidence, self-awareness, and social competency. If you like the video, please like and subscribe for more.